And one of the hardest days I can remember, and it's really shaped the world that I live in mentally, is when my mom passed away. And I still remember, well, after that happened, that this patient asked me, because I'm a physician, as someone that actually helps other people, because my mom passed away from cancer, and we didn't have any idea it was there until it was actually metastasized into her brain and other places. And she said, well, does what you do not work? And as somebody that teaches and has trained physicians for over close to 30 years now, hit me with a ton of bricks as far as, and again, believe me, I thought that question. So what did we miss? Like, how did we miss it? That situation where my mom passed away really dove me heavily into genetics and understanding environmental pollutants and a way to look for things differently. Now, she was exposed to radiation, basically, from atomic testing for years when she was a little kid. And the area she grew up in, they know that these individuals in that area have a 300% increase in risk of those particular cancers. So it was called bronchogenic lung carcinoma. So it's lung cancer. She never smoked, never drank. But because of the exposure she had when she was little, it actually affected her metabolic processes in her body and damaged her genes, called gene mutations. Now, I've tested my genes, my siblings have. We don't have the same mutations because we haven't had the same exposure. Her genes were clean when she was born. Environmental exposure damaged her genes, and it took time. So she passed away at her 60s because it took time for the body to not be able to repair it anymore. Like, it tried, it was repairing it best it could, and then finally when it couldn't, then the disease manifested. And that delved me heavily into genetics and understanding this process called nutrigenomics, and understanding we need to look at nutrition and environment very differently, and what are we doing daily that are activating certain gene pathways, optimizing those gene pathways. Because once the body cannot make energy, it can't repair, and if it can't repair and remodel, then systems start breaking down, and eventually your body's ability to repair cells when they replicate becomes damaged. And that shifted my thinking a lot to where now for the last 10 years, after discovering and focusing a lot more on epigenetics, there are very specific processes that I want you to know about to enhance. Number one, your body has to make energy. You got to understand how that happens. Your body has to handle oxidative stress, which is basically the damage control, and the cellular communication has to be right. If this is new concepts to you, follow along, but understand you've got to find ways to address how your body makes energy. You got to find ways how your body can help with repair and break down inflammation, and your cells have to communicate. Those are three foundational principles that have to happen for the whole body to function well. And there are certain key nutrients that are part of that, but you also understand that if you're not thinking that way, if your physician is not thinking that way, and even the companies you work with that are making products for you, or even how you train, if they're not thinking about this concept, you're not going to address it. And just so you know, if you're not where you want to be, it's not because you're not smart enough, not good enough. A lot of times it's because you haven't been taught the principles that actually govern and function that way. So let's just get together, let's figure some things out, and let's make sure you're doing the things that give you the most benefit. I truly believe 20% of what you do gives you 80% results. If you can constantly tweak that 20%, you can get better and better results.